Good afternoon and welcome to Ken's Kitchen 6. For this episode, we're going to take a departure from the previous episodes of Ken's Kitchen thus far and look at vegetables, an important component of all meal prep, and the other episodes thus far have dealt with the main dish. So this afternoon's preparation, the artichoke. It is the flower of a particular variety of thistle cultivated for food consumption. Thanks, Wikipedia. All right, so these look great in the store. They're inexpensive, but how on earth do you turn this into something that you would like to eat? So let's head over to what we know as the prep station and see what we can do with these. All right, let's see the ingredients we need to turn this thing into something delicious. So, cutting board, obviously, artichoke, super sharp knife, kitchen shears, I'll show you why. And of course, the other artichoke, we're going to do two of them. Salt, pepper, 4 cloves of garlic, peeled and smashed. Always a lot of fun to do that. Olive oil, red wine vinegar, and a deep pasta pot. That's it. Let's get going. First step, give it a flat top. So cut, we're going to make a horizontal cut, flat top, right? To take off as much of these little thorn thingies as we can on the tips of the leaves. So make sure you pay attention because, I won't go ahead and prep the second one after we do the first one. The preparation is the same. So make sure you watch closely because this will be the last one. Okay, so thought a little dad humor would be welcome. All right, so that's it. Flat top or flat-ish. Doesn't have to be perfect. All right, the shears are to make sort of a nice looking snipping of all the lower leaves to get those thorns off. They are not as kind and gentle as they look. Like, oh, there's a little artichoke, that looks fine, they're not gonna hurt you. Oh yeah, home blood test. So do this, make sure you cut as evenly as you can across the top of the leaves, and you do have to fit the blades in under the leaf. It can be a little tedious. It's kind of fun to watch the leaf tips fly everywhere. Yeah, it's fine. All right. All right, so when you're done with that, go ahead and cut the bottom so you have a nice flat bottom. It needs to stand upright. Oops, okay, it's pretty good. Looks good. Any leaves that didn't come off with the cutting of the bottom of the stem, make sure they are flat topped. All right, life is good on that one. All right, and all of it is seasoning. So I'm going to stop the video, do the other one, and then I'll do the seasonings of both of them together. All right, both artichokes are groomed and ready for their seasonings. What you want to do is, let's see if I can come up a little closer, is to separate these leaves a bit, like this, as best you can. The reason why is we're going to insert 2 cloves of garlic per artichoke. Anywhere in here is just fine. But what you're really flavoring, right, you'll notice that all the leaves come down and into this, what is the same material as the artichoke heart, which is the delicious part, but they all come in and join the stem, and that's where you pull off and, kind of scrape it off with your teeth. So you want to make sure that the seasonings go down into that heart stem area that's left. All right, so just put them there. That's good. Garlic, if your clove is ridiculously large, which that one is, whoops, get that leaf out of there. Go ahead and cut it. The size really doesn't matter which way you cut it, vertical or horizontal, just so it fits in there. There you go. Over there. One more here. So there are actually 3 pieces of garlic in that. Not like you can have too much garlic. Okay. That goes there. There you go. It's all good. Just set them in there. All right. Salt, of course. Right over the artichoke, and then a pinch in the water because you always cook vegetables in salted water. Same with the pepper. I don't know how much. The usual, not too much, not too little. Olive oil, because olive oil makes life better. And what I'm doing is I'm pouring it down the flat top, and that's where all the seasonings will get down into the area of the artichoke heart that you eat after you're done with the leaves, and also seasons the part of the stem that the leaves are still attached to. And then just, what's that, 2 tablespoons maximum of vinegar right down the flat top so it gets down. And it's good. And if you don't think vegetables smell good when you're prepping them, then you're not prepping them right. All right, this is my food waste bucket. All right, now filling it up with water like we need coaching on how to fill it up with water. You do. And the reason why is because you want to make sure there's enough water to go up, I don't know, halfway on the artichokes to make sure that they cook, but also to make sure that they're high enough that all the upper leaves and wherever they connect, the part that you eat, that's underwater too. But if you put too much water in, they'll just topple over and all your seasonings will dump out and your artichokes will cook unevenly because they'll be floating that way. So just turn the water on, and you wait. And what I'm doing, I wish I could show you, but knowing my luck, I dropped the iPad in the sink. And what you're doing is waiting for them to budge just a little bit. When they move a little bit, like they're about to start floating, but they don't, that's as far as you go. Getting there, they're moving, stop. That's it. All right, so you don't want to tip and let all that goodness fall out. So you can tell they're moving a bit. That's how you know that you have the maximum amount of water for cooking, but not so much that they're going to tip and wash out all your wonderful seasonings. All right, so this episode is pretty short because there's not much more except cooking time. So get those things boiling and then set your timer for 45 minutes or just set it for an hour, 15 minutes to get the boil, 45 minutes to be boiling. Like many, many things that you do when you're cooking, how do you know when it's done? Pull out a leaf, make sure it's cool enough, and taste it. If it's tender and tastes artichokey, it's all good, you're set to go. Take them out, pair of tongs, dump them so any water that's stuck in all the nooks and crannies of the leaves comes out, and set it, and you are set. What to do with those wonderful, now boiled garlic cloves. You all know that the best part about artichoke leaves, they make a great vehicle for the mayonnaise. Okay, so take the now cooked, smashed, they'll still have some form to them. Garlic cloves, put them in a little prep dish like this. I don't know, that was what, 6 pieces of garlic? I'd say at least 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise if you're sharing it, because both my wife and I will be having one, and just mash it up and make this wonderful garlic mayonnaise. You will thank me later. So I will show you what they look like at the reveal, but they're not going to look much different than they do now. So see you in an hour. Okay, I have them on the stove over high heat with a timer set for 15 minutes so I could double check the boil. Just wanted to show you how they're sitting still upright and still moving just a little bit, very, very little. And then you can see how high the water is. All right, so we will check them again in an hour. All right, the artichokes have just finished cooking for their 45 minutes. So time to take them out, let them cool. Oh, smell-o-vision. All right, so you can also tell that they've opened up a lot more, another way to judge their doneness. However, you should always try a leaf just to make sure. This one. Yep, nice and tender, done, hot. All right, so tip it upside down. Got a plate waiting here for them to cool. Double check that you didn't leave any of that wonderful cooked garlic, which is right here. Can I show you? Oh, yeah, and it's coming apart, so it'll mash nicely in your garlic mayonnaise. I forgot to mention a couple drops of lemon juice in that mayonnaise will make it that much better. All right, so we will call this one done. A very interesting addition to Ken's Kitchen. We'll do more of this, do more of the vegetables and starch to go along with the wonderful entrees that we've learned thus far. So until Ken's Kitchen 7, bon appetit.